that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine.
Welcome to the Season 8 Greenlight Maine finale. This has been proven to be a very exciting season. Each round was very close to call because all of the entrepreneurs are impressive and improving Maine in many different ways. You're about to meet the finalists, who will share $40,000 in prize money to expand their companies. The people who are tasked with the tough decision, our judges, are all forward-thinking and are here to help these companies move Maine forward. Let's say hello to them now. First, we have Amber Hefner-Cosby from Bangor Savings Bank.
Hi there, thanks for having me. So I'm the Director of Business Technology for Bangor Savings Bank, and our teams create, integrate, and support our employees who then are able to take care of our customers by keeping the You Matter More promise front and present.
Awesome. Next up, we have Ben Marcus from Drummond Woodsum.
Hi, Julian. Nice to see you again. That's right, I'm a former managing partner at Drummond Woodsum, and now I practice corporate and commercial law full-time. I also serve on the board of directors at Skowhegan Savings Bank. Great to be here again.
Great to have you. And finally, we have Bryson Hopkins from LL Bean.
Hi, Julie. Nice to see you. I am the Chief Merchandising Officer at LL Bean, a proud, iconic outdoor brand that's been in Maine for over 110 years. And I'm responsible with my team of talented designers, product developers, and merchants to work on the 4,000, 6,000 styles that we do every year for our happy customers.
Excellent. We're going to talk to you all in just a few minutes, but it's important to point out this field started with 40 companies and we are down to 3. Let's take a look back on how the season unfolded.
Type 3 molded fiber is what Melissa Lacasse's company Tanbark is all about. She seeks to help companies with environmental missions to fulfill their goals. Joan Drapo will pitch the subscription service Slicpix, a technology that creates interactive images to drive sales, tell compelling stories, and better communicate using pictures. Jeff Davis is the founder of Mainfly. He designs and crafts custom made-in-Maine fly rods that are inspired by the different fishing waters throughout the state. These are the final 3 contestants. Now, let's see them pitch.
Our first finalist is Melissa Lacasse from Tanbark. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Julene. Thank you to the Greenlight Maine team, and thank you to the judges. Tanbark makes product and packaging from Type 3 molded fiber. Type 3 is widely seen as one of the best replacements for rigid single-use plastic. The process was invented in Maine over 100 years ago, and it's widely used. You see it every day with cups, bowls, plates, and takeout containers. Tanbark provides access to companies who experience large barrier to entry to using Type 3 products. A high-end beauty brand told us, we can't use Type 3. The tooling costs are 6 figures or more. Our minimum order quantities are 500,000. We don't want 50 million parts. And we want more than just a brown box. Tanbark is different. With our first-to-market technology, we reduce the tooling cost to 5% of what's currently available. With our modular production platform, we can produce minimum order quantities of 5,000 parts, 5 million parts, and we can scale with our customers to 50 million parts or more. But most importantly, because of the flexibility of our small production platforms, we're able to blow the lid off the design possibilities. Colors, architecture, form, embossing, really high-end, luxury-looking products. We are currently located in a 10,000 square foot production facility in Saco, Maine. We're commissioning our first 2 production lines and we'll be revenue producing in 2 to 3 weeks. Our team includes B2B sales, finance, and operational experience. But what really sets Tanbark apart is our deep, unique expertise in how to take plant fiber and mold it into shapes and forms. So we have the team and we have the technology. I'm going to talk about our first 2 customers to exemplify why the timing is right. Hannaford's and Luke's Lobster. Hannaford Supermarkets and Luke's Lobster. Both these companies have well-defined, authentic sustainability programs. Both companies also do business in communities that have regulations coming down the pipe squarely aimed at reducing or eliminating plastic. Tanbark produced custom solutions for each company that's compostable, it meets their internal sustainability goals, and it makes them regulatory compliant in the communities in which they do business. We're going to employ over 35 people over the next year. Many of our solutions will remain custom. However, many are going to have wide applicability and use cases and will become commoditized. To meet that scale, Tanbark plans to open a second larger mill at one of the legacy mill sites employing over 100 people. Tanbark uses Maine pulp, Maine-sourced machines, and Maine labor to make a product that's good for the planet and good for Maine. Thank you.
You're amazing. This is amazing. It's so good for the environment. Okay, Amber, kick us off.
Sure. You talked a little bit about Hannaford and Luke's Lobster and those products that you helped them design. Who is your ideal customer? Who do you hope finds you?
So we have 3 types of ideal customers, but they all have one thing in common. They all have someone in the C-suite who understands sustainability and they're a brand that cares about it. They also have to have a packaging budget of a certain amount, usually low 6 figures, and that can go up much further than that. And then they also need to be a mid to high end product.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ben.
Very exciting that
Thank
you're
you.
going to have revenue in such short order. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what have you learned about pricing? Is there acceptance of your pricing, and how does your product compare price-wise with the much hated plastic?
So we're finding that you actually have parity with plastic. What it's really about is it a commodity that they're buying and they're going to expect commodity pricing, or is it a custom solution? In the thermoform plastic world, they do charge for low volume as well. So we're finding we have parity with plastic. On the other side, we're finding also that companies, especially companies that are B Corps or have strong sustainability goals, also companies who understand regulations are coming, and they are. They understand they have to get their supply chain in order, and we're just not that much more expensive, and so they're willing to pay the price.
Great to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bryson.
Melissa, I love what you're doing, first off, and your website's awesome. I was wondering if everything goes according to your plan, where do you see yourself with Tanbark in 5 years?
So I'm going to get aspirational here. Okay. So in 5 years, I expect that plant to be fully operational that I talked about at our second site, and the site in Saco being an R&D and low volume lab of excellence, basically, to push the limits of what we can do with type 3. Eventually, we're going to have to work on our pulp supply. And so what I would like to do is open a pulp plant that produces raw materials specifically intended for molded fiber usage that doesn't exist right now. Well, it exists in a couple places, but not widely available. So you're actually then creating a commodity product. You're shipping pulp bricks all around the world to companies that are using molded fiber as a solution.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Melissa. We can't wait to see what you do for yourself and for Maine with this. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, we have to take a short break and hear from our sponsors, but we have much more Greenlight Maine coming up next, so don't go away.
Bangor Savings Bank, committed to investing in its employees, customers, and communities to help create a stronger Northern New England. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
Maine Technology Institute, offering grants, loans, and equity investments to help support Maine's innovation economy and committed to supporting new ideas with potential to grow. Visit mainetechnology.org. Hey Maine, how are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. Learn more at northernlighthealth.org/howareyou.
Welcome back to the Greenlight Maine finale. Our next company is a fisherman's dream come true. I'd like to welcome Jeff Davis from Maine Fly, whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Hi, my name's Jeff, and I'm the founder and creator of Maine Fly Company. Maine Fly Company is a small batch rod company that designs and builds fly rods at our new headquarters in Yarmouth, Maine. Our rods are inspired by any one of our more than 5,000 waterways and endless coastline here in Maine, each inspired to reflect their unique qualities and beauty. Maine Fly Company was inspired not long after the untimely passing of my father, and just months later, the birth of my twin sons. My father, who is a military veteran, stationed at Brunswick Naval Air Station in the late 60s, is how he discovered Maine, his love for landlocked salmon, and of course his undying love for fly fishing. While in Chicago, sorting my father's affairs is where I discovered his old fly rods and these old collections of things that we once weren't allowed to touch, which now I had full access to. Upon arriving back into Maine, curiosity got the best of me, and I began casting some of these rods, and soon after that, ended up on some of the rivers. A few things undeniable had occurred. One was I just knew that this newfound craft, or this newfound passion, I didn't want to return to an unsatisfying career that I was in. I wanted to leave a better legacy for my 3 boys, and I always wanted to feel the clarity and passion that I had felt on the rivers, and hopefully in the forms of a career. I began dissecting some fly rods that were his, and soon began wondering, I think I can do these better. Then I began wondering how all these anglers nationally, who all have their own unique recipes and use their own unique flies and techniques to catch fish and all of these advantages, were using these mass-produced rods. After a little bit of market research, we discovered rods weren't being made up here anymore. The craft of the rodsmith was dying, and almost everything that was being used in the United States was being designed and built overseas. This felt like an injustice to me. How could this beautiful craft and this beautiful art all have mass-produced qualities and none of them to be reflective of Maine and our rich history? Maine is known all over the world as some of the best fisheries in the world. We have some of the best guides that are known all over the world. In my opinion, some of the most beautiful landscapes, rivers, and oceans. We wanted our rods to be a reflection of these. We've been able to grow 40 to 60% year over year. We slowly began trickling into media outlets and magazines that I had grown up watching and admiring. We've slowly begun to reduce our carbon footprint, and we're the only rod company nationally using plant-based epoxies in our rods. We've started a recycled wader program to keep waders out of landfills and use them into fly fishing accessories that everybody uses today. Look, at the end of the day, I love Maine. I love that I'm from Maine, and I love that I get to honor this timeless tradition in Maine in this way. So thank you for having me.
And what a great Maine story. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay, Amber.
Thank you so much, Jeff. It is a really compelling story of Maine and your love of it. What is your marketing strategy beyond maybe some of the media recognition that you have received to get the word out there about your rods and how special they are?
From inception, it was really important that we didn't focus on our retail presence, and we focused on a national presence through e-commerce only. I wanted to kind of really lock in that footprint before we started our local market. So through the simple things of SEO and Google Analytics and social media, we became a very fast passing word of mouth, and the art of the rodsmith and fly fishing just took off as we hoped it would.
Terrific.
Are you using any of the big selling platforms, or are you staying away from those, like Spotify or Amazon, for example?
We stay away from most of them. I think in some ways, as our rods become available in every domain, they're not really unique and special anymore. I like the idea of our anglers, using rods that are one of a kind and unique in that way. We have some mass-produced internal Maine structures that are possibly in the long run, but for now we're really just enjoying the uniqueness of our craft.
Yeah. Great.
Price.
Jeff, post-pandemic, what are the trends you're seeing in fly fishing participation, and is it equal among men and women, and if not, what are you doing to make the sport more inclusive?
I'm so glad you asked, because this is a big part I left out. Maine and fly fishing really, as a whole, has become really a male-dominated sport. It always has been. At our shop, we now have Ladies' Night. The majority of our builders are female anglers. We're welcoming young anglers. We've been supporting Casting for Recovery, which is the breast cancer awareness program for women. And so we have very high emphasis on women, which of course I grew up with 3 women, so it's near and dear to me. And then again, supporting the development of youth anglers around sustainable fishing practices and fish handling skills. So we're really trying to develop a whole new generation and inspire that generation through our work.
Excellent answers to excellent questions. Congratulations again. We just cannot wait to see where you go with this.
Thank you.
Already doing so well. All right, we have to take a short break and hear from our sponsors, but we have one more company and then we'll know who the winners are, so don't go away. Come on over.
Fame came along at a time when we really needed somebody to believe in our mission.
It's so nice to have somebody actually try to understand what we're doing.
Fame helps Maine businesses and lenders get to yes for their financing needs.
Thank you, Fame.
Thank you, Fame.
Thank you, Fame.
Welcome back to the season finale of Greenlight Maine. Our last company is sure to impress you. It's called Slicpix. Welcome, Joan Drapeau. Whenever you're ready, look right at the judges and have fun.
Thank you for having me. Have you ever been shopping online and seen an item on an image or video that you really liked, only to be linked to something different? You search for not only this item, but for information you need to make a decision. And if you don't find it within 8 seconds, you say the heck with it. Google estimates these abandoned searches cost U.S. online retailers over $300 billion a year. My name is Joan Drapeau, CEO of Slicpix, where our interactivity and multimedia stories are going to dramatically impact these abandoned searches and disrupt the status quo of online marketing. Take this image here. Clicking on it, we can be brought anywhere. Not anymore. Businesses of any type can use Slicpix's patented interactive image technology and make images like this interactive, along with videos as well, with each image having multimedia stories and calls to action linked to it. Now, these interactive experiences don't only connect an online shopper with a brand. Think of connecting a teacher to a student, or a technician to an interactive how-to video, or a museum goer to an interactive map of a museum with multimedia stories linked to each exhibit. Same technology, different market. Here's an example of how Upstart Maine uses Slicpix technology to impact the state of Maine's economy by connecting Maine entrepreneurs to local Maine service providers these entrepreneurs need to scale and grow. Now, we all know Maine's economy relies heavily on tourism, yet many times tourists will drive right through towns and not know local businesses even exist. Here's an example of how Slicpix interactive Main Street map integrates with Google Maps and connects tourists to local brands, being a catalyst for small business growth, sales, and job creation from Fort Kent to Kittery. Now, these interactive experiences are easily created in the Slicpix studio and easily integrated onto a business's website through popular website builders such as WordPress and Shopify. Once integrated, these interactive stories can then be shared by both the business and the consumer across all social channels, linking everybody back to the business's website, making the business website a central hub. Now, Slicpix is a SaaS subscription business with cost-effective pricing for businesses of any size, and we have been issued 2 patents on our interactive image technology. Now, Slicpix will scale and grow, first by launching on global marketplaces such as Amazon Web Services and Shopify, next by partnering with affiliate platforms, thirdly by launching an equity crowdfunding campaign which will grow our team and help us scale, and fourth, by partnering with local Maine marketing agencies, giving these agencies worldwide exposure, helping them grow their business with an extra revenue stream, giving Slicpix customers expert Slicpix story creators, and helping Slicpix growth rate increase and decrease our cost of services. Slicpix minimizes abandoned searches and connects consumers with businesses' emotionally engaging stories which influence decisions, increase sales, and disrupt the status quo of online marketing. Thank you for your consideration.
What an amazing, beautiful way to shop. Thank you so very much, Joan. Great job. Okay, Amber.
So I can totally see the need for this, being a little bit of an online shopper and having some frustration. But how did you get into this space? What got you here?
It's been a little bit of a long haul. First, we wanted to tell the businesses stories to be able to make a difference. So that's how we really started this. And then it ended up being a huge tool to be able to help sales online bring consumers from awareness to conversion for all the businesses. So, yeah.
Ben.
Thank you, Joan. I'm curious about what level of sophistication your customer has to have in order to use this product. Can you speak to that?
Sure. Thank you for that question. Now, the studio, they sign up to the studio, and it's a drag and drop images and copy and paste. Usually, people get it within about an hour of onboarding. But what we're going to be doing our go-to-market strategy is to include marketing agencies, where these agencies will be the ones that are actually creating the stories, which will help the agencies grow and help us grow and help our customers grow at the same time.
Thank you.
Bryson.
Joan, can you tell us about a happy customer and the change in the KPIs that show that this product is working for them, and then maybe a not so happy customer and how you might be fixing an issue with them?
Sure. Thank you for that question. Now, a happy customer, you can look at our website for our testimonials right now. Upstart Maine would be like a dream happy customer because they are now helping Maine entrepreneurs attach and help them grow with those with the deep stories for each one of the services that they need to grow. That's a happy customer. We have not run into anyone that's not satisfied. When we do, they say, well, I'm confused. We onboard them. We give them one-on-one how to be able to do any of the kinds of things that they need to use the platform for.
Great answers. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
We need to take a short break. We'll be right back with more Greenlight Maine, so don't go away. If you own a business and want to get more involved with Greenlight Maine, go to our website at greenlightmaine.com. Partnering with us means supporting startups, creating jobs, and building Maine's economy. Welcome back to the season finale of Greenlight Maine. We are getting close to the finish line, and it's time for our judges to weigh in. Let's start with Tanbark, only because Melissa pitched first.
Great, thank you. I thought her story with the why around sustainability was really compelling. And quite honestly, her family's history in the industry will take them far.
Absolutely, yes, they do know their business, right, Ben?
Very timely product. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for them and for Maine. I would suggest that if they haven't already, they need to be sure to invest in the sales and marketing side, because B2B is a notoriously slow, developing area.
That's very good advice. Okay, Bryson.
I think the innovation is fantastic. It is the right time. I agree with you. Beautiful design and execution. They have two great accounts, so unlimited, I think, potential. And Melissa seems like a very motivated and talented founder. I'd be interested in the results of the pilot and see how that goes, and an after-action review of how Hannaford's and Luke's labs are paid off.
Yes, you get to spend a lot of time with them off camera, learning about their pipeline, and she definitely has a solid pipeline.
Absolutely.
Okay, Maine Fly. Jeff is great.
He is, and he loves to go to work every day because he's really embracing this craft, and I love his enthusiasm around what he's doing. I think a challenge for him might be the projected growth of the company while he wants to try to keep it small and feel, but it's popular and taking off because of how beautiful the work is.
Sure is beautiful, right, Ben?
I agree. I think it's a great product, great passion, great community. It's all wonderful. I think a challenge will be to build the sustainable long-term business. And I know he's considering branching out into other products, related products. At least that's what it sounded like. That sounds like a very good idea.
Nice.
I love the legacy of his father and that story. It's a very bespoke product, which is beautiful. And he's building real expertise in his company, which I love the story about the team that he's creating. I think the small batch, by definition, has smaller growth, and I think that's what his idea is. So I think there's a little limited possibility there as how big they could be.
Awesome. Okay, Slicpix.
The innovation and the space that they are creating is amazing. I do think a challenge for them is because it's so technical in nature, the complexity and getting what they're trying to do across. So we were lucky to be able to see more offline with them about the product itself.
Nice. Ben?
Well, the plus is for sure their proprietary technology, so that's terrific. And I think a challenge for them is focusing on their go-to-market strategy. They've got a lot of different uses for this technology, they really need to focus on what can sell in the marketplace.
A lot of different channels, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. Super interesting tech. It's great that they have it patented, and the founders seem very enthusiastic and have a lot of ideas to drive it. But I agree that the applications are a little bit complicated, and they would need to focus on who their customers are and what the actual functions that they want to stand for mean. And I was a little bit confused as far as the best uses for the technology.
All excellent comments. We need to take a quick break, but don't go away. Our results are next.
Albin, Randall & Bennett, committed to providing accounting solutions to Greenlight Maine startups, working with businesses and organizations that operate locally and nationally. ARBCPA.com. First Park, a 285-acre business park located in Oakland, Maine, offering fiber internet, 3-phase power, and pre-permitted sites for businesses to start or expand. Details at firstpark.com.
Bangor Savings Bank, committed to investing in its employees, customers, and communities to help create a stronger northern New England. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
Welcome back. We are moments away from finding out how this shakes out, but first we would like to thank our premier partner, Bangor Savings Bank, Maine Technology Institute, and Chilton Furniture for this beautiful set. All right, judges, it's time for the reveal. For third place and $5,000 goes to Slicpix. For second place and $10,000 goes to Maine Fly, and that means for first place and $25,000 goes to Tanbark. Congratulations to you all. You are all winners and you are all amazing success stories. Well, that's going to do it for us. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors and all of you at home for tuning in each week and supporting us. It truly means a lot. Please join us next week for our series called Elevating Voices, which honors diverse business owners in Maine. Have a great week. Congratulations. Yeah.
Greenlight Maine would not be possible without the support of all of our corporate sponsors. Thank you.
Furniture for Greenlight Maine is provided by Chilton, a Maine company offering a modern take on traditional New England wood furniture. Hotel accommodations for Greenlight Maine are provided by Hilton Garden Inn, Auburn, Riverwatch.